Alright. I forget exactly what we were at. Oh, okay, that stuff. Another grudge, which I think is just kill more vampires. Bloodsucker. Oh no, wait. Kill Manfred. Alright, well that's fair. We're right next to him. We're about to kill him anyways. We're about to murder him anyway, so that's fine by me. How are we doing public order here wise? It's at 0 currently. So we should be okay if we just level it up. So let's get a money building there. Pop that up.
The axe thirsts for war.
Got here. Oh yeah, this army needed to come back and rebuild.
As the High King commands.
That's what they were doing.
Yes. Summon me
Scooch
if
over.
you dare.
I need space.
By the grudge bearer's will.
So yeah, we just get those guys replaced.
The layer's will binds me.
I mean, we can actually move these guys down south here.
The
So we can
runes I
meet them up.
Ha ha. What needs to be done? An
Get in there.
artillery train to speed us up.
Alright, so that guy's good to go. Tabaraka Hills finally have walls. About damn time. Assign skill point. Where? Alright. Requisition. Oh, over here. Right. Okay. So, there are some vampires down here yet, but the Camry are messing with them. I should actually see if I can get that military alliance with the Camry. Dan, the Queen of the United Kingdom still has metric shit pile of territory. Well done, Elizabeth. Well done. Alright, what do we got here?
Keep your head bowed. I am done.
I'm probably gonna have to force a bunch of money at him to get him to take that stuff. I really need to get an alliance with him so I can get the extra territories for the objectives. Because there's a bunch of like this stuff down here and this over here count towards my mission objectives. If I get a military alliance, then I can have those count. When will I be the Beast Horde leader again? I don't know.
My anger burns bright.
Do not know. Hey, welcome back, War. Alright, let's get these guys. A couple mortis engines that are going to be some pretty heavy targets for my cannons. The majority of his army is very susceptible to Slayers, though, so. Giant Slayers in particular have good armor piercing, so against even his heavy armored infantry. Need to fix load times in this. Well, load times definitely are a thing, to be sure.
Cannon.
Yeah, all the monsters coming to the meat grinder. I mean, the load times have gotten better, but yeah, they're still not great,
Word of vengeance.
to be sure. I'm not even sure how they would fix the load times, though.
War of vengeance.
Like how they would go about actually making that work. So the biggest thing you could do as a player is have like a solid state drive and a decent processor. That helps significantly. Might just eat all this spaghetti. I worked at 12 today and skipped breakfast, lunch. I realize now why I cook so much. Yeah, if you don't have an SSD for this game, you're gonna have a long ass time waiting on things.
Artillery ready.
For certain.
The clan unites. The next kill is ours. I'll get my tools.
Gotta get my tools. Pop Manfred in the face here a few times.
The clans unite.
Just to get him
This won't
Get him
be
healing.
fair.
They need to optimize their games better, like making the paging and rendering from the files more accessible, but I mean, I don't expect much from CA. I mean, it's CA
The
too.
clans unite. Fire.
obviously, if
They have wronged us.
they're not a full-on AAA company, so there's that going on. But I'm sure there's stuff they could do better, that they're capable of doing better, that
To the ancestor gods. Attack the earth.
they may not want to take the time and energy to do it. Like I said, some of it's gotten better over the course of time, but
Ordnance ready.
I'm not gonna defend the load times. They're long,
Ancestor gods.
for certain.
The layer bless our aim. They have wronged us. Jeremoth.
Hey, you want to get out of my freaking guns back here, bud?
Cannot.
I'll just turn this way.
Vengeance.
Whoa, whoa, don't need to grab that many.
Encore.
You guys cut over here.
Open the way. Axes out.
Guys pull back.
Legs fast.
You guys cut over here.
Go.
What are we doing on this flank?
Go.
Yeah, doing fine.
Vengeance.
Skip some of you guys out. Actually, we'll skip you guys out towards that.
Slayers. Cannon. Come on.
Stop wrecking my cannons.
Slayers.
Big meanies.
No puffing about. Yes, Lord.
That guy's almost dead.
Kill her.
I mean, Manfred's just about dead, too.
I will do it. Hadouken.
It's getting fairly low. Hey,
Missile
get off my guy there, bud.
ready. Off we go.
Turn this cannon out this way.
Slayers.
Spin you guys in. Hit him with this. Should be able to freaking ruin his day quite quickly. These guys are good on this flank. Pull them back in. There we go.
Slayers.
There we go.
It is a reckoning for our ancestors. Very well. Wage a man's blood.
And everything falls apart.
Stop.
Oh, but Warhammer 3, they make the load times more manageable. Apart from that, the game's sick. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Raged firepower ready.
I mean, every time they release more patches, you can always hope for
Yes,
improvements.
yes.
But
Go.
we'll see what happens. Well, it's certainly going to be the same engine. It just depends on if they learn how to optimize with the engine better, essentially. Got the game 2 weeks ago. Has been a long time since I enjoyed spending so many hours on the game. Yeah, you can freaking just pile hours into this. So easy. I mean, all Total War games are like that, but Warhammer is particularly addictive. Hope they introduce Nagash. Nagash would be hard to balance because of the way that Nagash is. I mean, he could be put out there as potentially like a big bad guy that you have to kill or something like that, but as like a lord as like a faction or something, it'd be, considering he just kind of like bends the vampires to his will for the most part. It would basically just be playing the vampires with an insanely strong freaking lord. Yeah, he'd have to exist as like a major antagonist, just because of his insane amount of power in the universe. Is it bad I never noticed the load times? I don't have an SSD, or have it on my SSD. That's actually pretty incredible that you haven't had any problems with load times.
Lord of Clan Morgrim. Armed and ready.
I mean, that's a good thing for you, because clearly if you haven't noticed, then that means you're not frustrated by it. I honestly only have complaints if I'm co-oping with someone who has only a hard drive. Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, well, obviously this is going to be in my favor, and it's just skeletons with spears, so we're going to do that real quick. Kind of like the Lord of Change fellow that shows up. Yeah, I mean, Nagash is like one of the big bads in the Warhammer world, so
Vengeful Ridlon.
getting him balanced out properly would be kind of a pain in the butt. To not make him feel too strong or too weak. Maybe if you play as Nagash, you have an unbreakable alliance with the Vamps. Well, I mean... I mean, there's a yes and no on that, obviously, because the vampires don't exactly want to only work for like, not all the vampires want to work for Nagash, because, like, Manfred legitimately ends the world because he doesn't want to work for Nagash. So, there's that. Camry and Nagash hate each other, so Nagash wouldn't have fans with the vampires. Well, in the end times, he takes the vampires down to the desert and beats Cetra. Yeah. They literally, like, the vampires literally go down south and beat the shit out of Cetra. Well, they don't beat the shit out of Cetra. Cetra almost still gives them a huge run for their money, but the gosh does knock him down.
What do you want?
Alright. Oh, you want the Chaos Gods? Again, that would probably be something that would be impossible to balance in the game. So the actual Chaos Gods in the realms. Demons and stuff, sure, but like the actual gods, it'd take a hell of an event to have them actually like summoned into the world. Is that in the books or something? Yeah. Yeah, happy with hot goblins and ogres and chaos dwarves. Yeah, I mean all those guys are gonna be pretty nice. Nice to have eventually. Level that up.
Summon me.
I think we're done this turn. Oh, what is Ungrim up to? Just kind of chilling out here, making sure that chaos doesn't run down here, I guess. How many Wintertooth is down to... Okay, so Wintertooth is down to 2. What about the Clan Mulder's down to 1? Does it help it? Where's Clan Mulder's last settlement? I don't actually think it's help it. You know what, we're gonna take a walk up there.
Very well. This may work. Aye.
So we kind of need to take this region anyways. Ugh. Yeah, the Chaos Dwarves are over here. Chaos Dwarves and Ogres and stuff. Like, over here and that kind of crap. Fuck Sly the Miser. Alright. Oh yeah, this guy didn't move. Suppose I could just keep looking around for enemies with this guy. Keep a lookout. Alright. And that might end the turn then. Oh yeah, he's just chilling. He's waiting for shit to level up so he can get his army back up and running, essentially.
Get ready for a breakdown!
Soup! Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. 0% replenishment for Corn, but insane stats and lower the hit point. It's good recruitment cost. Just meld units. Huge defense with cautious attrition. That is an Ash Ugg. Seems like they're going off the fluff from the 8th edition as it was the last fluff before the end times. I mean, that makes sense, yeah. It's pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable assumption.
I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king.
What do you want, Kauda? Oh! Jeez Louise. Lose control uses in order to defend. Just everybody loses control of all of their units. And you just sit there going like, huh, alright. Well then. Large public order penalty, very difficult to stop riots. Obviously, that mean that the Chaos would have to capture things as well. It's like Horde factions don't have public order problems. So I'm not exactly sure how they're planning on doing like the like Demons of Chaos and stuff like that. If they're gonna be Horde factions, if they're gonna be factions that actually have their own
One rag.
shit they can capture and stuff.
Moving.
Moving. You're playing Slanesh, the volume on your computer is tripled, everything screams its line.
Anad.
Rip. Alright, we'll run over here and just clear this rebellion real fast, just to get a little EXP going.
Unto glory for the ancestors. For the wisdom of the
Run into Akendorf here. Oh wait, we want the ballistics calibrations. There we go. Calibrations! Boom, boom.
Onward.
Wood.
There is will. Let us be about this.
Table mutations for lords. Kinda like how Mordheim did it. Could be interesting. That going on, that going on. Do we need more public order here, or are we good? Looks like we're actually kind of good here on public order, so we're a building that does money. Zufbar. Carnia's Rebellions. Probably should do this. My turns left in Karak Kadrin. 2.
I grow restless.
11 the dream per usual. Oh yeah, you know it. You know it, boss. How you doing?
Time for a reckoning.
Alright. Let's see.
Thirst for war.
Yes.
Alright, so Dugrim. We're gonna have to take the mountains from these vampires. So we need to get these mountain ranges under our control. Like the Black Mountains, the Vaults, the Southern Grey Mountains, and the fuck are these? Oh, these are Northern Grey Mountains. So yeah, Southern Grey Mountains and the Northern Grey Mountains. So we have to deal with that. We're down to 1 grudge though. Torka. That's where we're setting our sights. Gotta get Batorka. And then we need to save money to try to get the Camry on our set to join a military alliance with us. Or a defensive alliance and then a military. Oh, he actually took the defensive alliance. Well, that's sweet. Alright, good. Step in the right direction. So we'll increase our standing even more. Then we can work our way towards the military alliance, which will severely help out. Severely help us out. This chat is heresy. Heresy!
Yes.
To be fair, when is the chat not heresy? Is there any way to liberate the Wood Elves? To liberate the Wood Elves? I would have. So the only way to get the Wood Elves back at this point would be to capture one of their settlements, let it rebel, let them take the settlement back, and then somehow get peace with them, essentially. Alright. I think that's probably...
My anger burns bright.
Maybe kind of leave this guy in position to potentially come down here to make out Volbrock. I don't want to start too many extra wars here. We need to push into, we need to push south here through all this nonsense and take out the Sartosans, because they took our stuff. So I don't want to get going with too much crap.
Tis time.
It's time. So curious like where the last settlement of these assholes is currently. Thankfully I don't need to care about chaos, so that's nice. Just had a food that was giving it a warp stone mechanic instead. It probably would be better. The food mechanic is questionable. Couldn't get into this gaming campaign, enjoyed the dwarves too much. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. How awful. It's better now. It's not better now. Now it's just bad the other way. It was bad before because you couldn't control it, and now it's bad because you basically can ignore it because you just get enough food from everything. So, one way you just ignored it because you couldn't control it, you're like, fuck it, I don't care. And now you just ignore it because you're like, well, I just get enough food, so fuck it, I don't care. So it's a mechanic that doesn't like affect things properly like it should. So it's kind of it's just there. It's just a mechanic that exists. It's just kind of like a malignant tumor. This gamer-like channel, what you can accomplish with no health or safety and cheap labor. You're downloading more time. Why you do this? Well, you see.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I am the Slayer King.
So let's grab this real quick, seeing as how apparently there's no Skaven here.
The Slayer.
Like I said, I'd like to know where his last Skaven settlement is, if he's not in Hell Pit. Playing Vermintide 2, absolutely adore it. There's people that apparently, like I've heard multiple things about Vermintide 2. Like there's a bunch of people that are like, yeah, it's really great, and a bunch of people that are like, yeah, I don't like it for X and X reason. Which probably means it's just one of those games that depends on if you like that style of game. I mean, I suppose if I've heard both sides of that. Actually, I really liked Vermintide 1. Like I played a good amount of Vermintide 1, but I haven't gotten around to playing 2 yet. I need gates. Play with mates since hella fun. Play with randoms becomes painful. Maybe that's some of the big difference. It's literally Left 4 Dead 1 or 2. It has some of the best melee combat in video games, period. Like, Vermintide 1, at least. I assume Vermintide 2 is just as good, but, like, the actual, like, the weight on the swings and just, like, the feel of your interaction with the enemy is so good. Like, most melee first-person games, it's just a lot of, like, limp wristing, like this. Vermintide's not like that. You feel everything where you're just freaking crushing people. It's very good.
What?
Alright, go here.
Moving.
Over.
Ready. The throng agrees.
Down here. Yeah, it feels like you get a reaction. I like Vermintide 2 way more than 1. I played 200 hours of 1. I'm like 900 into 2. I played Left 4 Dead. That's all you need. Left 4 Dead is also awesome. It's another game I've sunk many, many, many hours into.
Iron willed.
Alright. We're doing a lot of kind of...
Armed and ready.
Just kind of waiting for a few things to finish up at this point. Because I don't... Until this army gets ready to go, I don't want to start a war with these vampires as well. So, I want to get this army built back up again, at least, before I do that. I guess we'll just take this army and kick it around in the Northlands and see what we got. I mean, there's a lot of games that are like the core gameplay loop is the same, but just the core gameplay loop is so enjoyable that you do it over and over and over again. I mean, that's basically how MMOs exist, period. You know, my core gameplay loop is essentially just doing, like, spinning circles and making numbers go up, but I enjoy the process of doing it, so therefore I play the game for thousands of hours, you know, that kind of stuff. So, obviously, if you don't dig the core gameplay loop in those kind of games, then you're not going to have a good time. If you dig it, though... I've got a psycho on stream. He just said that the crushing living things feels good. Yeah. Ugh. When I look back at Red Alert 2, literally wasted weeks in that game. Red Alert 2 is a fantastic game as well. Worked at factory for several years, no thanks. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, again, it just depends on if that's the kind of stuff you like. If you like hitting things with a hammer that much, then hell yeah, rock and roll, right? Or multiple hammers, or getting more gear and stuff like that. There's lots of people that enjoy gear grinding. I'm kind of over gear grinding at this point, but there's many people out there that just freaking dig it. And yet, I also play the late game in Total War Warhammer 2. And there's some people that don't understand how I could do that either, so, you know.
Just settle this.
What do I think is satisfactory? I haven't played it, so I can't really have like a really deep opinion of it. I've watched a little bit of gameplay from it, and it looks sort of like a first-person Factorio. Probably has a bunch of mechanics that I'm unaware of that would make people go, "Why are you comparing these two things?" But I mean, for what it is, it looks good. Strategy games trump all. Fact. You can't argue this, because I'm not going to argue it with you. I'm just going to state that it's a fact and move on with my life. That's pretty accurate. Okay. So I guess if you like Factorio, you probably like Satisfactory, I would imagine, then. Alrighty. Swing up to here. Stand over here. Alright, so we're basically going to take Matorka and Karak Kadrin at the same time here. Let's take this army and push it this way, I think. So we'll look to potentially take Karak here and quite quickly. Why is everyone hating on the Epic game front? It's the Epic Store is what's going on. There's lots of games that are switching over to the Epic Store when they've said specifically they're going to be on all of these different, all these other sites, essentially, and people are like taking the exclusivity bonus that Epic is handing out, essentially, and going to the store, and that's why lots of people are hating on the Epic Store currently, because there are a bunch of games that they wanted to play on GOG or Steam or something like that are being moved there due to money, essentially.
I grow restless.
Oh, well, there's that too, I guess. Yeah. That also is something that people, I've heard people kind of go, about. Yeah, I would have to look that up too. I can't confirm or deny that, but I've heard that from other people. Yeah, I would want to look it up before making any full-on accusations about that. Criminy. Alright. Well, I don't know. Do we need to heal up here? Well, help it, I guess we need to sit and help it at least until it gets a garrison of some description. Because otherwise there's just going to be rebels fucking everywhere. Deadly Blade. Gotta keep looking for those rat boys, I guess. No idea where the hell that could be. Oh, Chivas. The hell is this shit? Got Dark Elves in Norska. Oh, hey, look, the Sword of Cain. Neat. Yeah. Yeah, it's essentially just paying people off for exclusivity. That's what it is. It's like, you get this kind of like weird exclusivity crap going on that it's it's like console wars only with a only with like a piece of software instead of like having to buy a piece of hardware. Now you gotta get a certain piece of software, and if you don't like that piece of software for some reason, for whatever, like either for what it does to your system or like its interface or whatever, but you have to get it there. It's very annoying, obviously.
Some call me a king.
Particularly as a PC user, you want choice. That's why you have a PC, right? Who the hell are you people? Where are you people? Try to find that guy, I guess. Now it's a reduced cut recently too. I mean, in that way, that's good, obviously. Like, if it forces companies off their ass, then that's good, but obviously, at the price of the consumer is not good. Is this growth? No. So from a business standpoint, you can choose to not use the Epic Launcher. Yeah, honestly, the suddenness of a lot of it and the crowdfund thing is one of the things that's making a lot of people mad. Because when you're promised, so if you were promised a game on once, like for a console, if you're promised that it was going to come out on Xbox and suddenly they're like, nope, you'd be mad, right? Particularly if you already gave them money because you wanted the game on a specific platform. Let's see. I should probably put one of these in here, honestly. I agree with it does get more money as a game developer. Myself, money is tight, but exclusivity is bullshit. I waited for Phoenix Point for so long, provided feedback, every backer build. Yeah, I'm totally down with developers getting more money. I'm good with that. I think fucking developers should be paid. That makes sense. But, yeah, it's just been kind of dirty the way things have been going. Which is causing people to be mad, which is understandable. Don't really need that here. Could throw one of these in, I guess. Yeah, let's throw one of the... oh yeah, we actually need one of those, so yeah, let's do that. Fuck, I've got my refund. Oh, waiting for the crack stuff. Yeah, I get piracy is a service issue. So there you go. You want your shit pirated? Don't fuck over the people trying to buy your game. I need to actually build walls there. I need to cancel one of these things so I can build walls up there. Yeah, that'll work. Schwarzhofen. That going on. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna try to figure out where that one guy was. Where's that tricky guy that just got to war on me? I don't even know where he exists. Okay, I don't even know where that guy is, so I guess that's fine.
The axe thirsts for
Weirdo.
war.
Let's get this. Let's almost strike the ruins. You have 4 bites of spaghetti to kill it all. Does that help? Find Epic is healthy for gaming industry because of Steam. They're kind of a monopoly on this. Steam is not that good anymore. Well, I mean,
Let us begin.
Steam's problem is they have no,
Will be settled.
is they have
One honor.
nothing that stops anything and everything from getting on their site. And competition is good, to be sure. And Steam was bad, and then got better, and isn't terrible now, but they just let everything onto their freaking distribution platform. They have no vetting at all. They used to vet things, but now they just let everything occur, and it's getting them into trouble. They have content control. How so?
for the wisdom of Valea.
They do vet things? What? When? How? I'm pretty sure Steam has taken a fairly aggressive hands-off attitude towards, like, everything, considering they have literal games where you go and shoot up schools and stuff like that, getting onto their website. When did that get vetted? Stuff that they have to, like, stuff that news aid organizations have popped out and said, hey, this is on your shit. You need to remove it. You probably should remove it because it's making you look, like, real bad. Alright, oh yeah, Sartosa. Guess I could, yeah, the Khemri is at war with them. I can join in that. Where's Khemri? Khemri!
Citra, does your tribute thrall.
Join war against Pirates of Sartosa. Yes. Yes. Okay, cool.
Time for a reckoning.
We'll put that on there. Let's get this Vanguard deployment on him, I guess. Okay, well, apparently I have to fight this. Tim and trying to keep up with the chat. I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to do two things at once. Oh yeah. I mean, if this is the way the industry works, people hand people heaping wadges of well, maybe not heaping wadges, but people give people a bunch of money, and there you go. Markets swing, and people move to wherever they get more money, because that's all the industry's interested in, is more cash. Like I said though, I'm interested in developers getting paid for their games, but as long as it's not at the price of the consumer getting dicked over.
No shoddy contraptions here.
Okay. Alright, let's do it. I do have to watch out for that. Well, actually, I could probably just cannon the shit out of those. Cannon the shit out of these floating corpses. There we go.
Cannon! Killers!
Killers!
Axes out, lads! Shoot the rats!
Zombie paracavalry mobs have some pretty hefty range on them. Alright, I'm just gonna charge forward. Go get him!
Attack the orcs! Bomb those dwarven legs!
Those guys shoot at the deck droppers.
Most of the throng!
Where are you at? Push you up as well.
Far range fast! Slayers! Charge!
Heh.
It is a reckoning! Spark out! Nothing can stop us! We're the ancestors!
Well, that's marketing. Like, marketing is... There's so much money that goes into marketing. Like, it's absolutely just insane how much cash gets fucking poured into just marketing of a game. I really look forward to Outer Worlds, but I will not 100% support that store to buy it there. Obsidian got fucked because Take-Two are dirty bastards. Alright, take it off, Winkle. I'm gonna go to bed. Night all. Send the blessings of God Emperor that may aid digestion of the spaghetti. Well, hopefully you just go into a food coma. But yeah, have a good one, Winkle. May you sleep well. Alright, get back. back Matorka. Aha! And there's that grudge secured, which legitimately takes my bar from full to 0. And we have 0 grudges. Awesome. Alright, let's roll up on this.
For war.
I think I'll just do this on these guys. I'm gonna take more damage than I should, but I'm gonna occupy anyways, so that'll heal up.
To war.
To war. Yeah. I mean, if there's... The thing is if like
Time for a reckoning.
everything works out properly, like most people don't pirate unless they're going to, unless they just want to like potentially test a game out or something like that, and they're like, oh, if they just want to see if they like it or not, and then they'll go buy it. Otherwise, but I mean, I'm sure there are people out there. Well, I know there's people out there that pirate games heavily, but they're not the majority.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Actually, hang on. I don't need any of that stuff. Do I need any of this stuff? Not really. Yeah, screw it. Just go back and do the original thing I was going to do.
Leaving.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Steam getting their frickin' pants yanked down around their ankles in a sense that, like, there's a threat to them and they need to adjust their business practices. That's fine. Having a threat to your business is a good thing for the consumer, but unfortunately the way that it's happening is not good for the consumer.
King's command.
King's command. What's going on up here?
Using guild routes.
Alright, well, they have that too. Interesting. Where the heck are these rat boys? Where's the last of these rat boys? The fuck? Well, I didn't say there are no real pirates anymore. I said that there are plenty of people that pirate games and stuff like that, but I didn't. But there's the majority of people do not just pirate games. Like, a lot of people pirate games to figure out whether they like to play them or not, and then they go and buy them later, because they want to support the developers still, but they just don't want to get screwed on a game that they're not sure if they like or not. But there are certainly people out there that don't have any money that are willing to just pirate games, which I guess, but it's clearly not breaking the industry. For certain, there's not so many people pirating games that the industry's like losing heaping watches of cash all over the place. Bethesda say they were going to pull all their games on Steam again, like Fallout 76 and stuff. Not sure if that's true. I don't know about that either. Particles. It's true. Yeah, there's a lot of reviews on Steam as well, and they keep it. Steam keeps getting better and better about like making it easier to sort reviews and stuff like that too, which is nice. Oh yeah, I mean, if Epic became Steam all of a sudden, then that would be cool, I guess. Does it pick their side and on the back of 76, they need a popular vote. Putting Morrowind out for free was nice. Yeah, Morrowind's a good game. Court of Laveris is finally dead. That took a while. I don't know. I mean, I guess more. I don't know if I can say that Morrowind is... Well, I guess maybe I can say Morrowind is a good game. I was gonna say, maybe I can't say it's a good game. Maybe I can just say it's a decent game. But... it's fine. I like Morrowind. Out of all the Elder Scrolls games, it's probably my favorite. Rage 2 and Doom Eternal are going to be on Steam. Yeah, right, this state of 76. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, nobody... Well, I mean... I wouldn't say nobody trusts the game journalists these days, but there's a lot of a distrust for like the big name game journalism sites and stuff like that, with pretty obvious reasons. What do I do with this? Oh, Oakland Hammer, I guess. It's far my favorite Elder Scrolls game, and it's not nostalgia, as it was the most recent one I played. Played Oblivion Skyrim before it. Oh, cool. Yeah, God. Shitty, you freaking bastard vampires. This is frustrating. Now I'm gonna have to go to war with them too.
The throng is mustered.
It's very irritating. Instead of going down here and taking like Ostros and Prague and stuff, they just run straight up into frickin' the mountains where the climate is not suitable for them, just to mess with my frickin' wah. Freaking bastards. All right, well I guess I'm going to kill those guys too then. Sweet. I was hoping there was one vampire faction I wasn't gonna have to go murder, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Screw me. Increased mobility. Loved ESO, but hated the gameplay.
It is time.
Alright, let's
Grudges will be settled.
continue rolling down this way, I guess.
For the wisdom of the layer. Ready.
A couple vampire armies that came through here. I'm not exactly sure where they went. I guess I gotta worry about this city rebelling and fucking up. Well, I guess I don't care. I can lose it. I can lose that city and take it back, I suppose, too. Then again, if I can get this stuff sorted out in 4 turns, I guess I won't have to worry about it. So there's that. Oh yeah, community reviews can be abused too. Certainly, we've seen it, but Steam has been working on ways to try to help with that. Obviously.
Iron weld.
3 more turns on that. All right. But for example, well, not a great movie by any means, got legitimately bombed by Lady Gaga fans who admitted to doing it and trying to drive people to go see her movie instead because it came out the same day. But the reviews stood, right? Yeah, they're still letting it happen, but they're also then letting you know exactly what's going on with it. So if all of a sudden a review bomb goes through, it then lets you know, hey, there's a bunch of negative reviews that all happen at basically around the same time. Take that as you will, you know. So obviously, if a whole bunch of things just happened all basically at the same time, that's probably a bunch of people review bombing for some reason. In which case, you go try to look up why that happened, and then figure out what you're doing from there. Political link with Division 2 to get the game studio to highlight which political side they take. Yeah. Ugh. Blech. People reading about DLC from Paradox. Seems like people are constantly reading about DLC from Paradox.
Let us begin.
Although, like, if you look at actual bad DLC practices, you'll see what they look like.
The axe thirsts for war. Time for
Alright, continue shifting down south here. We've got Manfred down here to fight, so we'll probably get a decent fight going with him here shortly. Probably, like, he doesn't get taken out by the Tomb Kings or something, I guess. Let's see, what do I want here? This is just Greenskin tribes, because we got Scar Veteran. Well, Day 1 DLC is questionable, obviously. But it depends on...
For the wisdom of Valleya.
So it depends on what that Day 1 DLC includes. Anyone know Jim Sterling? Yes. Yes, I do. Sunk thousands of hours into EU4, so every few months paying $20 to keep the game being developed for new content seems like a good deal. Yeah, the thing with a lot of DLC is that if you're continuing to play the game, it's really not that bad. It's like when you first step up to the game, it's oh, okay, I guess search the ruins, sure. When you first step out to the game, it can be very, very, very daunting if there's a lot of DLC. And there are games that legitimately have a bunch of DLC that really doesn't help the game at all and can potentially be predatory as opposed to just being there to make the game better, or hopefully make the game better. Arrogant asshole, but he's a gaming journalist that does have a moral great view. Well, he's a private journalist though. He doesn't work for like one of the big companies or something like that. So obviously you know what his stances are, and just as with anything, listen to lots of people talk, try to make your own opinions out of all that stuff. Hex's treasure, sought the Puzzle Temple. Tebak is indestructible, never like to repeat himself. I see. So this is probably just another one of those, one that there's not two of sort of deals. Which I think is that, nope, there's two there. 2 dots. Oh, 2 dots. Oh, okay, it's color based. Or it's probably color based. Because there's two, because these here, there's a blue one and a purple one. No. Unless I'm just missing something. Let's see. I mean, these are the same color. These are not. These are not. Purple 3, bottom to top. It's like Sudoku. Should be purple 3. Oh, okay. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Yep, okay. You guys were correct. Hold on. Well done.
I'm not.
I never played a lot of Sudoku in my day, so my brain didn't immediately go to Sudoku as a solution. Boom, 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 boom. Puzzle is my strategy game, I guess they assumed that everybody around here's played Sudoku. At least a decent amount. Okay. Let's get strike. Well, hang on a second. Can I get... There we go, I get Rune of Negation. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Lord's not moved. Mountain fast. Yeah. Just kind of waiting on that for the moment. It turns out this is the problem. We got 3 turns to wait yet. You're back, Winkle? Shit. Eat some more. Maybe it'll push itself out. This is bad advice. Don't take it. Played a game of Sudoku when my Wi-Fi was out for like 2 months. Never played a ton of Sudoku, but I got used to it playing through fucking Mass Effect Andromeda and this. Haven't played Mass Effect Andromeda. I heard lots of negative things about it and just never got around to playing it. Go for a run. Go for a run and puke. That'll solve your problem. Sudoku everywhere in that game? I see. Interesting. Oh, certainly. Yeah. I don't really blame BioWare. Well, maybe a little bit. But for the most part, it's not BioWare's fault. EA clearly screws over everything they touch, so. You loved Andromeda? At least somebody liked it. That's good. I mean, I suppose my sister didn't hate it either. She's a big Mass Effect player.